Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World. I don't think there's anybody here yet. I was going to cancel this YouTube altogether, but I thought it would just make me feel better to come on and talk to everybody. If anybody comes in. Yeah, my week was slow enough that I could put it off till next week and do 2 weeks together. That's for sure. I don't know what's happening in eBay with what I'm doing wrong. There has to be some trick to this. I am definitely, if it's true that if you end a listing and put it on as a sell similar, if it's true that it goes on as a brand new listing, and Cassini should pick it up as Cassini is eBay's algorithm thingy. They should pick it up as a brand new listing, and it should count as me listing a brand new item. Hi, Bumblebee. No cancel. Yeah, well, that's the only reason I'm here. But that's what I've been doing. I've been canceling everything that I'm doing my inventory on and listing sell similar, and it should go on with a brand new number like it's a brand new item, because I'm changing the title. Sometimes I'm changing the pictures. So I don't know if I believe that or not now. There are sellers that are selling. And then there's other sellers that are doing horrible like me. So I just don't get it. It's very hard to figure eBay out. I'm trying to do everything that they say in their best practices. And I'm slowly doing the item specifics. I'm not going to get them all done before the end of December, that's for sure. I still have 1,035, I think, to do. And I'm doing them as I do my inventory. But then I also go through and do a bunch, just real quick as they come up. Dexter, you're not going to do this because I already fed you. Come here. No. I already fed you. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go on. Lay down. Yes, I fed the dog. I fed the cat. And he's probably barking because the cat didn't eat all his food and it's still sitting up on the counter. I do have to go put my chickens away before dark. But I thought this time you were relisting and not selling similar. No, I know that when you just relist, it goes on as the same item. So I think sell similar is designed to replenish items that have been sold well for you. I don't understand that quite. I don't sell replenishable items really, so. I'm on, how many bins have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm on my 9th bin. So I'm slowly working through my bins. Still have lots and lots to go. but I have it down to where I can do them pretty quickly now. So in amongst those, I'm interspersing some things from around the house, and those are brand new items. So today I haven't done anything. I think I put one book on there today. One book that I found of mine that I thought it was a nonfiction, so I put it on because they say nonfiction sells better than fiction. But it was a field guide for North American trees. I just put it on. I mean, books you don't get very much at all on eBay. You don't get much for them unless there's something really special on Amazon either. But on Amazon, you sell more quantity. But for me to put one book on, or even a lot of 3 or 4 books together, you don't get a tremendous amount of money. Plus, everybody wants, of course, shipping free. And you can sell ship books, media mail, which is the cheapest way of shipping. So I put free shipping. They go media mail, but if it's $3 for shipping and you're charging $3.98 for the item, you're not making anything. So most of these books are going to be like free because I've had them forever. I don't count them as something I would buy and put a price on how much they were. Let me put this up. I recently saw a video explaining the cell similar setting. Maybe if we talk, I can explain better than trying to write. That is, if I'm correct in my understanding. Okay. Because I've always went by what I was told online, and it counts as a new listing. So if it doesn't count as a new listing, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I do not want to buy new inventory at this particular time. I would have to do just a lot of things from around the house, which I seem to have fairly good luck doing. But there's some things around here I don't want to sell, and other things that aren't worth, $1. So, it's hard to know what to do. Well, let's get down to the 7 or 8 things. That's all I sold. 7 items. Now I've sold 2 items today so far. I don't think they've been paid for yet. I did get a little dingle, so maybe one of them's been paid for. But this just is from last Sunday till yesterday, through yesterday. So let me share my screen and show you. Okay, the first item is this Disney Plains child art set. I remember when I bought this like 2 years ago. I bought 2 of them, and I think I got them at Mark's, which is a store we have here that not only sells food, it also sells, I think they buy buy-offs of things because it's always different. So you can get toys and all kinds of things pretty cheap. So that's back when I was doing Amazon, and I was buying several things in Mark's to sell on Amazon. And this was one of them. I think I bought 2 of them. I sold one, I think, last Christmas time. And the other one, this one, has just sat until this Christmas time. So anyway, I sold it for $11.20, which was a sale price. I had put 25% off on the 4 days that were around Black Friday. And of course, that's when it sold. but I had, it was on sale for $14.95, I think. But anyway, it's gone. 11.29. It was kind of hard to figure out how to ship this because it didn't fit in any particular box that I had. But I finally figured out something. I had a roll of that Scotch Flex that I wrapped around it, and that's how it went. And it went to Parsippany, New Jersey. Parsippany. I never knew there was a Parsippany either. And that sold last Sunday, I believe. Last Saturday, maybe Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure what the 30th was. The 30th, that's on the last calendar. 30th must have been Sunday. So that has moved finally. I can do this nice and slow because there's only 7 of them. Okay. The next thing is my favorite of all the stuffed animals, the plush that I bought. This was the cutest. This was a medium size too. It wasn't real small. A medium size. It was from Kohl's, from the Kohl's Cares. It was a little white sheep with black weighted hooves. And it was just the cutest little thing. And I put a high price on it because when I looked it up, they were getting a pretty good amount for this little plush. A lot of plush go for decent amounts of money, and this was one of them. So I had put it on for $44.84, and it was in the 25% off sale. So it was $33.63, and it sat there for a while. And then somebody offered me $25.10. So I did take that. And it had to go priority shipping because it was kind of heavy due to its weighted feet. So I put it in a little box and sent it off to Graham, North Carolina. And I sort of hated to wrap them up and put them in a plastic bag. Well, I put them in a box. Okay, then this 00 Western shirt. This had fringe all down the front. It was just in the front, not the back. It was a Western fancy shirt. This was all lace up here. Now, I'm not sure if I got this in a thread up box or if you gave this to me or sold this to me, Bumblebee. But it was really different. And it sold for the full price of $26.39. It wasn't even on sale. So that must have been on a Monday or a Tuesday, whenever I was between sales. There usually is a day or a half a day, and sometimes something sells during that time. And it went to Three Rivers, California. So that was a happy sale. And I sold an American Eagle women's micro mini skirt. This is all distressed and had some little holes in it. It was a size 8. And I did take a best offer of $15 on this skirt. And it went to Mesa, Arizona. And here's a Timex Indigo timer. This is just a timer. It's not a clock. It's not a watch or anything. This was mine. I forget what I used to time. It was way back. I had this. I found it in a drawer upstairs. The battery had already died in it, and I didn't want to buy a new battery. So I just put it on really inexpensively at $5.74. Somebody bought it at that. However, it was they also paid $3.50 in shipping. And it went to Springfield, Kentucky. and they knew that it was a buy as it is thing because I couldn't even say that it worked. I'm sure it did with a new battery because was working when I put it in the drawer. So I think the battery was just dead in it. But yeah, Springfield, Kentucky, 1, 2. Okay, then I sold this Tommy Hilfiger knit sweater. This I had just redid in my inventory and put it on as a new listing, and it sold. And it sold for the sale price of $24.83. So I don't know. It also went global shipping. So I don't know exactly where it went yet, but it shipped down to Kentucky to be then shipped out. And they paid $4.50 in shipping to get it that far. And then they'll pay whatever it costs to get it, either. I don't know where it's going yet. So it would be interesting to find out. But I was glad for the sale, of course. And then here's another thing of mine. This is Northeast Outfitters women's medium fluorescent jacket. This is a puffy jacket. This jacket, my husband got me for Christmas when we used to hunt my first pointer, or his pointer. His name was Rockford, which my store is named after. And I was the one to run the dog. They hunted. The dog pointed. Here's how it works. The dog finds the bird in the brush, points the bird, and becomes like a statue, like pointers do, with their tails straight up in the air. And they stand there. They're not supposed to go after the bird at all. They just point it. And then the hunter flushes the bird out. Now, some also have a dog for flushing. Then they would send the flusher dog in. It would be like a some sort of a spaniel, like a Brittany Spaniel or whatever, that flushes birds out and makes the bird fly up, and then the hunter would shoot it. But in our case, we just had the pointer, so the boys, the men, would go and find what he's pointing at and sort of flush it out, and when it flew away, they would shoot it if it was, sometimes it was lucky enough to get away. But the dog sometimes sees it land and will go over to it, but he will not pick it up, because a bird, when it's shot, a bird smells entirely different when it's alive than when it's dead. Its scent changes immediately when it's shot and dead. So the pointer is no longer interested in it then. So he just goes off to point his next bird. The hunters pick up the bird, and I wasn't for hunting, believe me, but I would love to see the dogs work. So they also have, like, if you would have a full set of dogs to go hunting, like they do on the plantations down in Georgia and the southern states and out west, the hunters have a pointer, then they have a flushing dog, which would be like some sort of a spaniel. I'm not sure which ones are flushers. And then they'll have like a lab, like some sort of a retriever. They are meant to go after and pick up the dead bird and bring it back to you. So you don't have to walk, you're just walking along and waiting for the pointer to point the birds. So there's a little education about bird hunting with pointers. My husband, they hunted pheasant and quail. I think that's the only thing they ever got. Mostly pheasant. And my dog, Rockford, he traveled all the way out to North Dakota, and wherever they hunted at was North something. Are two good bird hunting states, because actually Ohio has depleted their pheasant population. So unless you're on a farm that has planted pheasant in there, there's no pheasants to be had in the wild. So they traveled. They had to travel. They traveled with their dogs and went to these states out west or down south. So anyway, I have another picture. Let me see if I can do this. I may have to come back here and share the screen again. And let's try to share the screen. Okay, here's proof. This was my jacket. My dog also did, this is Rockford, my dog also did field trials, and he won a few field trials. This is was one of his ribbons that day. That was just third place, but he did really good. He was an excellent hunting dog. So there's me and the jacket that just sold. So actually, I know that this jacket is vintage, but I only wore it to run the dog. It was like brand new. And the person, it's funny because the person that bought this jacket had written me a note and wondered if it was a warm jacket. And I told her what I had done in it, that it had been mine, because she wanted it to ride her horse out in the fields or out in the woods. And she sometimes rode during hunting season, and she wanted a fluorescent jacket to wear. So I told her what I did with it, in it, and then she bought it. And we had a little conversation about having horses. So, yeah. Yeah, the dogs are very fun to watch how they work. They are amazing creatures. So this week I am planning on maybe doing one bin this week, and I'm trying to sort out some more items. I'm going to go through my bookcases and see if there's anything that's worth anything in there. And I think I did that before, but it's nice now because I have a scanner. I can scan, if the books have a UPC code on it, I can scan the book. It'll come right up, and I can look it up of what it's sold for and research it that way. So it makes it easy with books. Only if they have a UPC code. The older books, the picture taking thing on eBay, there's a little camera up there next to the search. You can hit the camera and just take a picture of the cover. And a lot of times they'll be able to find the book that way. And if eBay scanner or picture thing doesn't work, just go to selling on, I have an Amazon seller app too. And usually that one works. Just taking a picture of the cover. So that is my plan for this week. If anybody has any ideas of why this isn't working, I mean, why I'm not getting any listings at all, or any sales, I mean, at all, or hardly any. Yeah, Bumblebee, give me a call. if you have heard something. I have half a mind to write to Chris to see what he thinks about the whole thing. I'm sure he's had videos about it. Maybe I should hunt through his videos. There's so many of them, though. And, you know, the people I watch in the UK, they're selling like crazy. But they sell mostly to their own country and to Europe. They very seldom ship all the way to the United States because they use global shipping too, and it's expensive. So usually, because I would have bought stuff from them just to have things from them, but it's so expensive to get things from over in the UK and have them shipped to me. So anyway, yes, it's been a depressing week, not only with the eBay, but also the COVID thing getting so high. Our county of Medina is now purple. I don't know if it was purple last time I talked or not. So that's the highest it goes. So I am really not wanting to leave my premises at all. I also read something on line that says it's easy to develop. If this goes on too long, it's easy for people that are prone to anxiety, which I am. It's easy to develop agoraphobia, which is not leaving your house ever. I mean, being afraid to leave your house. So I haven't been to the barn in over 3 weeks. And I think because the last time I was there were 2 people there running around with no masks or anything. And then Judy understands. She's the one I give eggs to, and she cooks sometimes for me, brings me treats. So she did bring me out my whole Thanksgiving dinner and hand it through the door. But she wears her mask, and I had a mask on. So now I'm just wondering also, it makes you so paranoid that I'm wondering of getting groceries. Do I have to go back? Dexter, come here. Do I have to go back to washing everything? Because I had gotten away from that. I try to just bring in the groceries when they're delivered here, put them away real quick and wash my hands. I'm hoping that's enough. And the curbside also. They just bring it to my back hatch. They're way more than 6 feet away from me. I still put a mask on in the car, though, just for that time when they have the door open. They always mask up. So I do have to pick up a load of groceries tomorrow at noontime. My daughter is driving me crazy because she is very depressed about this whole thing. And she has gone grocery shopping a couple times because it's getting busier and busier inside the stores, even though everybody, she says, is wearing masks, but they're not 6 feet apart, of course, because it's getting more and more crowded. So people aren't paying any attention to the arrows on the floors of what aisles you're supposed to go this way and that way. So 2 different times that she went when it was crowded, she started to get a panic attack. Yes, I've passed those on to her. And she almost left her cart and just left the store. But both times she got herself together, checked out, and left. But I don't understand why she won't just order her groceries and either have them brought to her house or pick them up at curbside. I'm still trying to talk her into that. There were a couple days that she was very, very depressed, and that worries me with her. So, all kinds of worries with this. Dexter, I'm not going to give you anything. You're not going to eat the cat's food. No. So, it is getting dark out. So I am going to close. And Bumblebee, thank you so much for sending me those pictures, because I will be putting them on maybe tonight or tomorrow. They were some nice J. Crew. I always forget to do that with J. Crew and the style numbers. But they looked so nice, especially that long plaid one, the blue and red one. It almost made me want to keep that shirt. It looked so good. Anyway, I'll get them up on Poshmark, and before he drives me nuts here barking, I'm going to close, and I will see you. I do have a video. I have been working on doing a video about photographing in my light box. I would have had it up by now, except when I watched it, there's so many things wrong with it, and I had to do so much editing. It's not ready yet. I still want to add some more things to it. Yeah, he's saying hello to you. Try to relax and trust God. Come here. I spend the morning reading the Bible. Come here. Come. And I'm really enjoying it, that hour I spent or so. I'd like to do it in the evening, except that I'm too tired and my eyes give out, and I'd have to use a big magnifying glass. Dexter, come here. You can't bark. No. So yeah, I will close, and maybe I'll talk to you this week. I'll try to get this video done and up also on YouTube. So I'll say bye for now. It's just you and me, Bumblebee. So I will see you Thursday, if not before. Bye.